I almost blew my funded account. In this video, I'm going to share with you a single psychological mistake and emotion that almost made me blow my account. Stay tuned. Welcome back. As you guys know, this is 2 weeks of trading the funded account. Coming into this particular week, which is the first week of December, my hope was to make profit to qualify for payout since I'm already a funded trader. And this was my expectation, that I was going to make profit, qualify for payout, and I make withdrawal. But the expectation and the reality is totally different, and this is what happened. When I got funded, I didn't actually rush the account. I waited for a little bit, and the first trade I took was on the 25th of November, which was on gold. I held that trade for approximately 2 weeks, but the trade was not actually going to my plans, and that is where everything spoiled, because I was looking at the strength between gold and silver, and I decided to long gold. After longing gold, silver was a better performing asset than gold. So my gold trade was a little bit lethargic, while silver was parabolic, moving aggressively to the target, which if I had taken this trade on silver, it would have been a very good entry for me, and that would have qualified me for payout. But I didn't. My trade was on gold, which was underperforming, and that is where the psychological issue came into play. So guys, I took about 5 trades total from the last week of November to the first week of December, which is about 2 weeks of trading this account. I took about 5 trades. I'm going to show you all these trades in this video. After that, I'm going to show you why I had this psychological issue that almost made me blow this account, and how I was able to overcome and maintain the account. So let's go to my screen and I will show you how I journal the trade. Then we'll go to trading view. I will show you how I was able to see these trades that I took, even the ones that I shouldn't have taken. I'm going to show you all of these trades. So let's go. So guys, firstly, this is my journal, and if you look over here, you can see this is funded stage live. And if you look, you can see the first trade is that of gold on the 25th of November, as I said earlier. So this is the gold trade, which is winning trade because I closed the trade manually. The second trade was that of silver, which is a panic entry to capitalize on that silver and gold bullishness, but it ended up being a losing trade. The third trade is AUD/JPY. The fourth trade is BTC, and the last trade is AUD/JPY. I'm still holding this current AUD/JPY trade. So these are the trades I took this week. Let's go to trading view and we are going to dissect and break these trades down. So I'm going to start with the gold trade, right? So let's go down to the daily time frame, because that is where everything started. So this is how I was able to see this trade. If you look closely, we have a bullish weekly fair value gap. After this impulsive move, we pulled back into this fair value gap here, and since then price range a little bit, testing premium and discount arrays, right? Then we had this movement to the upside that created this daily fair value gap, which is where I was monitoring this trade from. So after we had mitigated this fair value gap, we started to shop around, then we moved a little bit. So when this movement resumed, as you can see that we had also SMT here with silver. When we go to silver trade, you will see about that. So we had this movement and I was looking for 4-hour fair value gap so that I can take entry. So if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, right? If we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we look at this swing low and swing low here. When we moved up and created this swing point, that was where I had this SMT. If we go to silver, this low that we are seeing here was actually lower, meaning we swept liquidity below this low and we moved up. When we moved up, I was looking at this 4-hour fair value gap to actually hold price for the continuation. And after we mitigated it, I took this entry around this level. Now let's go to silver. So guys, this is silver. If you look closely, you will see the daily fair value gap, and you can see we had a low and a lower low here, which is the SMT. Gold did not take out this low here, but silver did. With this low, we took out this low here. So this was SMT, and you know SMT, when you are looking for bullish run and you have SMT, you are going to long the stronger pair, which is the pair that did not actually sweep the low. In this case, that should be good, right? Everything is intact, right? So when we had this SMT, I knew I was going to long gold because gold did not sweep the low, which means gold is a stronger asset. And I was waiting for the 4-hour fair value gap to occur, and you can see we had that here. We had that here. So when I went to gold, this is the same fair value gap. I took a long position. Look at the price action on gold. Right? Now look at the price action on silver. Can you see from this fair value gap here to this area? Look at the price movement. So I took this trade on gold, and gold did not actually move while silver was moving. If I had taken this trade on silver, I would have made about $300 and something, which would have automatically qualified me for payout. But because I long gold and gold failed to move, I was actually stuck and price did not move. And I held this trade for about 2 weeks. So getting to the 1st of December, which was on Monday, I decided to do what? Capitalize on the silver bullishness, and I took a long position on silver also, and that position hit stop loss. So that position hit stop loss. I think it was around which level? I'm not actually sure the level I took the position. I think maybe around here. I think so. But we hit stop loss, which I'm going to show you the screenshot of that trade. So this is the first 2 trades I took. The second trade I took was, the third trade I took actually was AUD JPY. AUD JPY. So AUD JPY, I was actually looking at the daily time frame. What I noticed is that AUD JPY has been bullish for quite some time, as you can see. But of recent, we had this swing low and this swing high here, and price has moved a little bit, and we created a daily fair value gap, which is going to act as support to continue the bullish movement. And when price mitigated this fair value gap, I looked for a 4-hour fair value gap, which I will take my trade from. So on the 4-hour time frame, I saw this tiny fair value gap here. It's very tiny, but this price action was actually supported by this. You can see this indecision candle here, this bullish indecision candle. We took out this low of this 4-hour candle, and we tapped into the 4-hour fair value gap. When I saw this, I knew that price was going to actually run from this price level. and I took a position around this area. When I took the position, price started to move a little bit. We were in profit actually, and later price dropped. And this was where I had my stop loss. Price dropped and took me out of the trade. So I was out of the trade, but I noticed the continuation of this, which you can see this current run. When price did what? Violate this bearish fair value gap, that's supposed to push price for bearish continuation, and price violated it. You can see this was the fair value gap. We tested it, and price did as if it was going to respect that current fair value gap, but we ended up disrespecting it and closed above these candle bodies. When I saw this, I knew that price is ready to continue running to the upside, and I took another entry, which is the entry I'm currently holding on AUD-JPY. So guys, this is the narrative behind the trades I took on AUD-JPY. The last trade was BTC, which is a very funny one. I'm going to break the trade down for you. So guys, this is BTC trade. Let me drop this in where it was. Yes, this was actually how this trade was, but the way you see it is not actually how it looks. I'm going to show you where I made a very horrible mistake. This was the intention to have this kind of setup and entry on BTC, because I knew BTC was coming to rebalance this imbalance, and I was expecting bearish price action to happen on BTC, but I was not patient enough. Fear of missing out. I was afraid that price is going to run without me, and I went down to the 15 minutes time frame. That was the biggest mistake. As a swing trader, what am I doing on the 15 minutes time frame? Because of fear of missing out, I went down to the 15 minutes time frame. I already knew with this price action we have here, after that run, price started to shop around and move. I knew price was ready to come back into this fair value gap, then move up. All I needed to do was to just position myself on the 4-hour time frame and see how I can get in. But I was not patient enough, and I came down to the 15 minutes time frame. The first entry I took was after we had this run. We created this fair value gap. I took my entry here, put my stop loss here. You can see how price came back, took me out of this trade. I waited a little bit, and I took another entry here around this level. My stop loss was actually, if you look at, we have a fair value gap here. My stop loss was actually above this high, and you can see how price came back and took me. Although these trades were not actually necessary. They were not actually necessary, and that was how I lost about 0.5% of my account, which is about $40 something or $40, if you may call it so. So I took that loss, and you can see how price delivered. You can see how price delivered to the fair value now, which this should have been a very sweet trade. Guys, you have seen the trades I took this week and how emotion and psychology spoiled everything for me. Now, the expectation I had at the starting of the week and the reality is totally different things, and that is trading for you. So psychologically, I was defeated. I was defeated psychologically and emotionally, because I could not hold myself and look at the bigger picture, or the long-term, or have this long-term vision of what I wanted to do. So I was defeated in that aspect, and I left every other thing, because I had the opportunity to also jump in on other trades, but if I do that, it's going to be a very terrible week for me. So I just needed to take that single entry on AUDJPY, which was on Friday. So that was actually the turning point when I realized that I had made a lot of mistakes and I need to correct that. So what I've learned this week is that you need to stay true to your trading plan. That is the only defensive mechanism you have. Your trading plan, which contains your risk management and execution, is the only defensive mechanism you have as a trader. So staying true to your plan is very, very sacrosanct to you as a trader. And basically, the account status is very okay. There's no cause for alarm. I think I'm down about 0.7%, about $65 thereabout. I'm down $65, which is not up to 1% of the account, which is okay. I can actually recover from that easily. So I'm going to post the P&L for the week here or here, and I'm going to also show you the screenshot of those three that I took somewhere here. This week was a very terrible week, I accept, and everything was my mistake, and I'm going to build on that. I'm going to look at the mistakes I made and I'm going to build on that. One thing is for sure, as a swing trader, which is what actually helped me in my phase 1 and phase 2 to actually pass this account, and I think I've been deviating from that practice lately, which is, as a swing trader, my aim is basically to determine the next weekly candles expansion. Where the next weekly candle is likely to expand, then I can use the 4-hour time frame to look for entry setup, then target that expansion, other than just coming down to the 15 minutes like I did on BTC and spoil everything. No, look at the bigger picture. The weekly expansion is basically the target. What is the weekly expansion for next week is going to be, then we know how we can frame setup towards that direction, which is okay. I know some of us are into this profit journey, so me trying to document my journey is for us to share experiences. We can also help ourselves learn from each other. This is a community. So if you are in a profit journey like me, please make sure to leave your experience down in the comment section, right? Tell me what stage you are. Are there things you need me to actually tell you, or if you are like below me, guys, I've been actually trading for quite some time. I have a lot of experience. All I need is just to polish these experiences and actually put them into good use. So if you know you need my help, you want me to actually tell you something that you need to implement to also make your trading profitable, then please don't forget to just leave a comment in the comment section. And guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe, like the video, hit the bell notification so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video. Guys, see you next week.